When did micromanaging bathroom breaks go wrong? My manager Broderick installed bathroom timers at our burger joint and turned basic human needs into a public nightmare. The new system tracked every second we spent away from our stations, automatically writing us up if we exceeded 3 minutes. A giant red display next to the time clock broadcast everyone's bathroom duration like a hall of shame, which made customers uncomfortable when they could see it from the dining area. This will save us 47 minutes of stolen time per day, Broderick announced during his presentation to corporate, completely serious about treating bladder control like a productivity metric. Within the first week, the casualties started piling up. Terrence, who struggled with IBS, got 3 write-ups before Thursday, and Carmen, a 68-year-old cashier with diabetes, received a final warning for taking 4 minutes and 12 seconds. The system even had an alarm that started beeping at 2 minutes 30 seconds, loud enough that customers would look up from their meals wondering what was happening. I was 22, pulling double shifts to make rent, and hiding the fact that I was 8 weeks pregnant because I couldn't afford to lose hours. Morning sickness had started hitting hard, but I'd learned to swallow it down and sprint to the bathroom during my scheduled breaks. Everything changed when Broderick assigned me to clean out his office desk. Buried beneath old schedules and expired coupons, I found a yellow sticky note with faded ink that read, "Override code 247 for pregnancy emergencies. Diane." After some asking around, I learned Diane had been the manager before Broderick, and she'd quit right after returning from maternity leave. During a quiet Tuesday afternoon, I tested the code on the keypad beside the restroom door, watching as the timer stopped counting while still appearing active on the main display. This secret bypass became my lifeline over the next 2 weeks, letting me handle morning sickness without accumulating violations, though I was careful to vary my return times to avoid creating a suspicious pattern. Then one morning, everything finally collapsed. It started with State Health Inspector Dennis arriving for an unscheduled inspection during our breakfast rush. Dennis had a reputation for being thorough to the point of obsessive, once shutting down a pizzeria for a single expired bottle of oregano. While I worked the grill, waves of nausea crashed over me as bacon grease filled my nostrils, but leaving would mean abandoning a dozen orders. Dennis noticed the timer system immediately and started questioning Broderick about the policy while standing directly beside the restroom entrance. "So your employees clock out for bathroom usage exceeding 3 minutes?" Dennis asked, making notes on his tablet while Broderick enthusiastically explained his efficiency program. My body couldn't wait any longer, so I bolted from the grill and punched the override code with trembling fingers before barely making it to the toilet. 8 minutes and 47 seconds later, I emerged pale and shaking to find Dennis staring at me with concern, while Broderick's face turned purple looking at his monitoring tablet. "That's 8 minutes and 47 seconds of time theft," he started shouting, but Dennis had already begun documenting what he saw. The inspector red flagged our location immediately and launched into interviews with every employee on shift. 3 workers admitted they'd come to work with stomach viruses because they couldn't risk the attendance points from bathroom write-ups. Dennis's citation read, "Policies that actively discourage employees from maintaining basic hygiene standards while handling food," which triggered an emergency response from corporate leadership. They arrived within 2 hours and began dismantling the timer system, while Broderick desperately tried to justify his spreadsheets showing improved productivity. But the investigation went deeper when corporate discovered Broderick had been docking pay for bathroom breaks over 3 minutes, which violated state labor laws. Employees who clocked out weren't being paid for that time, and Broderick had been adjusting the books to hide the discrepancy. The labor board investigation revealed he'd stolen over $3,000 in wages through this scheme. Security escorted him out that afternoon while he kept insisting he was saving the company money. 2 weeks later, Broderick got arrested for wage theft and fraud. He took a plea deal to avoid jail, but had to pay full restitution plus penalties, and the state banned him from any management position in food service. The last time anyone saw Broderick, he was washing dishes at a truck stop diner 40 miles away, where his 20-year-old supervisor makes him sign out on a clipboard whenever he needs the restroom.